Okay, so I'm back. My phone died. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. So, anyway, going back, like I couldn't even sit, for this lunation, because to sit and write, like this full moon is all about movement, and not just because it's in Pisces, it's and about dancing, like, but also because it is square Mars. Mars is it's energy, it's motivation, it's Mars does not do well. Just you can't just let Mars sit. Like when Mars is aspecting a planet, or when Mars is in a lunation, or any place, affecting us, it's asking to be used. It's like I heard Mystic Medusa talk about this, and it was just brilliant. Like I got it. It was it's like a dragon, like in Game of Thrones. You can't just like let them sit around. Like they have to be used. You have to employ them, right? Otherwise, they do bad things. So anyway, so yeah, so about dance, and so yeah, this and so this lunation, it's in Pisces, right? The ruler of Pisces is Jupiter, which is in Libra. Libra is the sign of relationships. So it's how we dance in relationship, whether it's in relationship to the other, to our significant others, to family, to friends, to ourself. It's our ability to touch somebody else's edge and play with the edges and play with the boundaries and the borders, of things. And it's so beautiful because that's how we get to experience ourselves. Like when we come up so close, like imagine you're dancing, right? And it's like you're moving forward and it's like, oh, I feel your edge. And it's like, well, if I go too far into your edge, like I'm in your personal space, I'm invading your borders, your boundaries, right? And so that's part of what this lunation is bringing to light is and allowing us to let go of, is this victim consciousness, this feeling like other people are hurting us, other people are wounding us, or we have these wounds. And this is the constant story that's, in autoplay in the back of our mind is I'm wounded. And in Chinese medicine, what creates that in the body, this, what actually even hosts this mental, psychological phenomena pattern is not having enough blood. So if we don't have enough blood, it's imagine like a tank, and it's like, here's the level, right? Like this is if it was full, and now the tank is down here. So there's this like extra space in order for something to come in. And that's actually why we attract something to come in, because it's like we're already yielded way too much. So we have to take more space for ourselves. That's what blood, like when you're full of blood, it's your blood is actually filled out to the border of your body, to your skin. So is that, I hope that's making sense. So it's this, and for the Virgo new moon, so full moons always bring to light, they fulfill a promise that was given at the new moon. So in my newsletter for the Virgo new moon, I spoke about that, about part of what Virgo allows us to do is it's an earth sign. We consume food and we make more of ourselves. That's what blood is. It's the ability to process through life, process through food, process what's on our plate. We make sense of it. We put it in order and we say, this is me. This is what I love. This is who I am. That's blood is liquid consciousness. So that's one side, right, of this lunation is the victim consciousness, the not having enough blood. That's the one polarity, right? Full moons are always polarities and opposites. The sun is over here, the moon is over there. So if that resonates with you, this victim consciousness, what that is asking is for you to take up more space. It's asking for you to have more self-awareness, to, have more awareness of self, and to kind of be more avant-garde a little bit. Like that's a term that they used in the military that's about being at the front of the line. Like you're not afraid to put yourself out there, to go forward, to move forward, to say, I am here, I am here, I am here. Instead of being in your little shell, being in your little cave, And I don't mean to like, I've experienced this too, but I'm like, exaggerating it. So you get it. Oh, poor me. Self-doubt, like I can't do it, like that's not true, right? That's because you don't know yourself. So that's what this is bringing to light. It's saying if there is a place within you that feels victimized, that feels that you've been wounded, saying no, know thyself, so that's the one side. And then we got the other side, right? We've got the other side of of this liver energy that is, always out and always, and I can relate to this a lot. I have Mars on my ascendant, so I'm somebody, especially in dance, and that's why I love dance so much, is because it really helps me to understand like how to move and play in relationship. And that's a big theme of this full moon. So anyway, so when you're dancing, like if you're always like up in people's space, it's kind of intimidating, and maybe, unless you meet with other people that are also like that too, really dynamic, then you can flow, but that's not everybody. So there is this calling, if you're always like rah, 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 like progress, move forward, move forward. And you think about that, that's growth energy, like not in check. That's Cancer. Like think about, like, here's an example, Steve Jobs. Like he was amazing, creative mastermind, but it was always progress, move. Cancer unchecked, growth unchecked. So that's what too much of that is. It creates inflammation in the body. So what that is, if you find that this is what's going on for you personally, it's asking you to yield. It's asking for you to kind of go back and be like, okay, how quiet can I be? How still can I be? How, like a tiger. In Chinese medicine, it's the symbol of the ultimate yin, the ability to crouch down and be so quiet and so still that your enemy doesn't even hear you. And then you've got like this incredible focus to then explode and jump and leap and pounce and, move forward. So the liver energy, the wood energy, it's about creativity, like obstacles in our life, things that feel like roadblocks, things that feel like snags, like, oh, I want to go this way, but this is up against me and this person and that, it's like, that's how we see the enemy, right? This obstacle is an enemy, but what an obstacle really is a tonic. It's saying, here, I'm going to give you this tonic to create more, give you the opportunity to be more creative, because sometimes life is not about just going straight, like head down, no, it's about dancing. It's about maybe I need to go this way, and maybe I need to go that way, and maybe I need to go down, and maybe I need to go up. It's this dynamism, and this ability to fall in love with being able to move and express yourself freely. And that's why I could not sit. I cannot sit. I cannot sit and write to you. I choose not. Excuse me. I chose not to do that because that was not, for me anyway, an authentic expression of how I choose to share what this lunation is about. So in your relationships, in your life, whatever struggle, if you are going through a struggle, count it as a blessing. Say thank you. I am grateful for this blessing because I am going to be able to become more creative. I'm going to be able to experience more of myself, more of my divine power in order to, it's an opportunity for me to create more flexibility, more movement, more dynamism, more love. And that's what really it's asking us to tap into, because remember, it's Jupiter, the ruler of the lunation, in Libra. It's about being also in your heart. Like, yes, it's about, like our desires and, and feeling our borders and our edges and, how do I, but, it's in my heart, in my, when I am in my empress, when I am in my role of emperor, what is authentic to me right now? What is my truth? And so one more thing, just to kind of condense everything, again, a lot of this energy is about being in the body. Like we can make sense of this in our mind, and I can explain it to you with words, but this energy needs to be understood and felt in your body, because, part of this, again, is the sun in Virgo, it's an earth sign. If there's any sort of injuries, if there's any sort of wounds, if there's any sort of things going in our body that aren't functioning, 100%, it's asking for that to be healed in the body. So there has to be some movement, some blockage, some change in your, whether it's a personal routine, whether it's how you choose to use your energy, and again, with this aspect to Mars, yes, it's absolutely. And that's why I encourage everybody to go and dance. If you haven't danced, and whatever that means to you, like I would like really dance, like put on some jams and dance. But dancing is so much more than, all of life is a dance. It's our ability to interact and play and be comfortable in the transitional phases, that we sometimes have in life. It's, that magical place, and also because we're still at the tail end of this Mercury retrograde, these retrogrades are definitely about that transitory space. Like we're reflecting and reviewing everything that, we've experienced in the last 3 months when Mercury was retrograde in Taurus, another earth sign. So it's this, a lot of about this earthy, how we communicate and think about earthly matters, about material matters, about, how we take care of our body, our senses, our sensuality, our money, the materials, right? How much food do you have in your refrigerator? Like how much money do you have in your bank account? Do you feel secure? Do you feel stable? Do you feel like your body can actually, in integrity, do what it is you're meant to do? Do you have enough energy? To do what you need to do. This is, what you're reflecting and reviewing on. And so, if you're too tired or if you've got some sort of, disability that's preventing you, then right now, this is the healing that's happening. So I feel like I've gone like a lot into this, and I just had like the most killer workout. I had to stop early, so some of my energy is still like, from that. But I would like to invite you, if you guys have any questions, you are feeling challenged in your body, in your psyche, in your soma, to reach out to me, message me. This is what I do. This is how I support myself, is how I support my family. And I love it, and I love integrating, all of these different tools. I love being creative. I feel like if, that's my superpower, is creativity. And that's how I choose to heal and work with people, is being creative. It's not just about, okay, this is the problem. We're looking holistically at your whole life and saying, okay, yes, I understand that you have, lower back pain, but why do you have lower back pain? Your back just didn't all of a sudden get hurt. There's a reason why either, you were vulnerable or you didn't adapt to some situation, even if it is an accident, and so we're looking at everything from that perspective, with the mind, with the emotions, and also in the body, from both polarities. So have so much fun tonight. The moon was so beautiful last night. I'm sure she's going to be gorgeous again. I did not make a full moon playlist, though that is something that I love to do on Spotify, is I make playlists. But if I am able to do anything, I will post that for you, some music. But I'm sure you guys know what kind of music you like. Just get down on it. Get down on it. All right. I love you. Bye.